One thing that is looking good is the return of Max B. That's one thing that's looking absolutely stupendous. It's the return of Max B. Max B spent how long in prison? I'm gonna say close to 20 years. Maybe it's exactly 17 or something. Years in prison. After a very unfortunate crime, which a lot of people, myself included, like proper Max B fans back in the day, have always blamed Jim Jones for his imprisonment. Now it's not obviously his fault. Max B's a grown ass man. He did the crime. He did the fucking time. But if you remember back then when we were all kind of obsessed with Coke Wave DVD or Coke Boys DVDs, I forgot his fucking name. What's the fucking name of the DVDs again? I don't think it was Coke Boys. There was a name for it, but regardless, the DVD series that French Montana was famous for, essentially it was like a vlog, essentially put on DVD, where he recorded different artists, different interviews, freestyles, went to their hoods, loads of like hood videos as well. You got to look into studios, went to strip clubs, really looking cool. And at that time as well, New York was as split, as political, as all over the place as it is nowadays, right? With warring cliques and whatever, crews and shit. But for some reason, French Montana, even though he was a victim of gang violence himself, because one time he got robbed, oh no, he got shot in the head, yeah. Back in the day, if you know, you know, back in the day, he got robbed. And I remember back in the day, that's why he used to wear his hats a certain way. If you remember back then, during the Coke Wave DVDs, French Montana used to wear his hat in a particular way because he was covering up a bullet wound they had on the side of his head. And if you remember as well, a lot of people said, myself included, that his raps actually got better when he got shot in the head because he had this like slur. Yeah, he was a bit slow. I think whether it's from the medication or what happened to him getting shot in the head, but there was a little bit of a slowness in the way that he used to spit, and it really kind of elevated him. I'm not going to lie, it's a really strange thing, but if you're around, you know what I'm talking about. So during that whole time, he then became friends with Max B. I don't know if you know, I can't remember actually how they actually got introduced, but I remember they became very, very close. And obviously at that time as well, they were both going through issues that we were going through with Jim Jones. I think Max B's issues with Jim Jones were less serious than French Montana's. I think French Montana's crew, wherever he represents, streetwise, gangs and stuff, they have obviously real beef with Jim Jones. I think Max B's issues with Jim Jones were more contractual, more ego-based and all that malarkey, which is probably worse, actually, if you think about it. I think you could probably forgive street beef, but I think once the ego and the pride gets involved, it's really hard to kind of forgive that. And then the enemy of my enemy is my friend and stuff, and they became really, really close. A friendship blossomed off of that. They did loads of collaborative mixtapes together. And the really great thing about their friendship, I think, was that, you know, French Montana obviously went on to become a really big star in his own right, probably far surpassed his talent level. But I think French Montana's hustle was always supreme, right? He was printing out so many of those DVDs. They all came in packs. They all came in actual cases with nice sleeves in them. They were well produced, well edited. I remember I used to I bought those DVDs. When I bought it, I think I might have bought it in like Shepherd's Bush. There was a place in Shepherd's Bush that used to sell loads of American DVDs. And I remember buying them on there. One time they featured, what's that crew back in the day from here? Eurogang. If you remember Eurogang were kind of an affiliate group of like Dipset back in the day. These guys from the UK, two brothers who for some reason had studied in, like, super strange story, but these two brothers had for some reason studied in the States when they were like in secondary school, and they ended up living in New York. And it ended up being about, like, just being about at the same time. It was so strange. Nowadays it's not that strange, but back then, imagine, like back then, having these random kids from ends living in the States, happen to be friends with all the Dipset guys, and they got kind of clicked in with those guys, and then that kind of thing. I remember seeing them on there. It was just a really fun DVD series. Hopefully somebody has the entire archives. I'm sure French maybe later on in the, maybe it's going to be hard because all those people are featured in it, but I'd love to if they could put it all together in some sort of like package or something. But anyway, long story less long, their friendship's fucking amazing. And what I liked about it was that French obviously went to become a big star, but he still held down Max B, which is something that you don't really see too often. And I think in an era now where snitching has become so prevalent, backstabbing and dishonesty and disloyalty and just in general just scumbag behavior, and maybe this prevalence of this like get the bag thing, you know, that everyone's got this idea like getting the bag is the most important thing. It doesn't matter if you like disrespect your family, your relatives, your siblings, yourself, your ancestry, as long as you get the bag, right, kind of thing. So it's kind of nice. It's kind of comforting. It restores your faith in humanity to see the way that French and Max B are, even till this day. You know, French could have left Max B to the dust. He could have kept his eye on the prize, hanging around the Kardashians, all these celebrities and stuff. He could have been well in his right to completely distance himself from Max B and his crime that he went in for. But instead, he held his boy down, especially the first few years he was in prison. He wouldn't stop he wouldn't stop not talking about Max B. Every interview that Max B's name was brought up, French Montana was never upset about it. He would always speak about it, always say free Max, can't wait to see him home, speak to him all the time. And you can see it came from a genuine place. So to see Max B out now, see them two together, heartwarming. The best part of it though was the video that I saw earlier on, which I'm not going to play, but it's a video of him meeting his kids, his son and his daughter. And that was fucking brilliant. That was fucking brilliant because you saw the two different type of reactions. You saw his son go up to him like, you know, like what the fuck, like really excited, and they hugged for a minute. And then you saw a little bit of hesitancy with him and the daughter, you know, because you can imagine relationship between a man and a woman and a daughter is going to be a little bit different than what it is between the son. There's probably some, you know, you can just imagine what type of drama goes down with a baby mum and stuff. But then when they eventually ended up hugging him and his daughter, you could see that whatever issues there may have been there, abandonment issues with whatever, went away and completely as soon as they hugged. And that was a real moment. And big up Max B's friends and family, whoever organized that fucking meetup after he got released from prison, because that was fucking done superbly well. How they let the children, you know what I mean, get their moment first before all the fucking goons and everybody else, all the fucking hangers on and the clout goblins jumped in. That was a really nice moment to see all the kids get their moment with Max B. It was fucking beautiful. I loved it. Loved it. And then of course, when he ended up bucking up with French, man. Look, I ain't cried in 10 years or so, bro. You know what I mean? I'm a hard ass N-word. I come from a flipping, you know, bad place. I've seen some really effed up things over my life, and I have a very somewhat toxic opinion of men who cry, right? I think you are PUSSYs, and I think you should be thrown in the nearest volcano. Men that cry, men that complain, men that whinge, me not like it. But I can't lie, bro. I shed a tear when I saw that, man. I shed a tear when I saw the scenes of French Montana and Max B embracing, man. I shed a tear, bro. I was like, oh my God. Do you know how incredible that is? That they're still close like that. Like they're still okay. Like they're still cool. Like not even close. Forget close. That they're still good onto that level. Because I would imagine, right? I've never been to prison, but I would imagine prison's probably the time in your life when you realize who your friends are, who your friends are not. And I'd also imagine once you get released from prison, you get reminded a second time of who exactly your friends are, who exactly your friends aren't. Because it's one thing being in prison, people being wary of visiting you there. Like I can understand. I'm not gonna have any issues if you don't, you know, if someone doesn't visit me in prison because I'm in there. I get it. It's a bit. It's like not wanting to go to, like I don't do funerals. It's not wanting to do funerals. I get it. But once you're out, if people don't come and see you, you know they think you've got a smudge on you that you're never going to get off, and they don't want to be associated with it. That's going to break your heart. So to see French Montana with all the accolades that he has, with the notoriety that he has, celeb status that he has, the money that he has, he's recently, you know, engaged to this lady who I think is a princess or something, somewhere in the Middle East. All the stuff that he has, for him to still be good enough, still be cool enough to go and visit Max on his day of release is just beautiful. And again, like I said, it just restores your faith in humanity, because maybe it's my fault as well. I watch way too many YouTube channels where they talk about, you know, gangs stuff and whatever else it may be, and it's always sad, in my opinion, when it comes to the snitching thing. Like it upsets me, because a lot of these content creators like academics and all these other people, they seem to really enjoy when people snitch. They seem to love it when people snitch, because I guess it gives them like this idea. It kind of reinforces the idea to them that these rappers are all fake, because in their heads they think they're all fake. They don't think they're as tough as they are. They think they just like talk a lot of shit, and it's all ego, it's all bravado, it's all nonsense. So they love it when these rappers who have street ties are involved in gangs end up being involved in gangs where people snitch. Especially if the rapper's talking about never snitching and being anti-snitching, and if you snitch you get stitches and shit. They love to point at the hypocrisy. They love to point it all out again. And I think it's really, it gives people who live that kind of lifestyle a bad rap. It makes them look a bit mad, because I think there are a bunch of people out there, really and truly, who do live that lifestyle, who are more than ready to sit down and do the time. You do the crime, you do the time. I've never understood. That's one thing I've always kind of hated about people who live that kind of lifestyle in general. Anyway, is that aspect of it, because I think it's kind of, for lack of a better term, don't clip me out of context here. I think it's somewhat brave and idiotic to live that lifestyle as a grown-ass man, to decide to not just get a regular job and to live a life as a criminal where you are paying your bills or whatever you're doing by robbing others, right? Stealing from others, selling whatever you're selling, knowing full well that this could lead to this amount of time in prison. That's crazy. That's crazy cojones that I would never probably have in a million years. But what I hate about it is that if you all agree in a room together that, hey, we're going to do this crime, we're going to do these series of crimes, we're going to live this life of a criminal, of a bandito, and then somebody gets arrested and you suddenly have a fucking come to this moment where you want to tell the feds what you like. No, you don't get to do that. I don't like that side of stuff, which is why, you know, if I was probably a criminal, I probably wouldn't involve anybody. That's probably the first thing. But unfortunately, if you don't involve people, you don't make a lot of money. But that's the side I've not liked. And it's really sad when you see it be so prevalent and you see a lot of backstabbing. You see people go to prison, the guys in their crew who didn't get to prison, who didn't get locked up, they end up fucking their baby mums or their wives and their girlfriends. Their kids turn their back on them. Their family still, it's just a horrible thing. So it is quite nice and quite comforting, as crazy as this seems, to see someone like Max B do what he did, come out of prison, and things are okay with his friends. It seems like everybody seems to be okay. Yeah, I know there's an issue now with his brother. His stepbrother, sorry, has come out and said that he's a snitch, which I don't believe personally. I've been a long time fan of Max B from the beginning, essentially, and I was there when, you know, I remember when he got locked up. I remember the stories that came out around it, and to be honest, the person that is the biggest snitch in the whole story is the lady, Max B's former girlfriend. And in case you don't know, Max B got locked up for this unfortunate burglary that they did, which went south because the person that they went to go rob ended up getting shot in the face and died. If I'm not mistaken, how it went is that Max B's ex-girlfriend, this lady called what's her name? Something Conway. I forgot her name. What her name was? Gina. I think her name was Gina. This lady called Gina, who Max B was dating at the time. She was a stripper at this famous New York nightclub. I think it's called Starlets or one of them. One of those big ones that Joe Budden always goes to and stuff, right? So this girl's a stripper at this nightclub, and then this client comes in, a new client, and he's got a lot of money. He's showing it off. He's bragging about how much he has. He's clearly got a lot because he's coming there and spending a lot on the girls. So that this girl decides to go back to Max B and say, hey, there's this new client now. He's a lick. We can rob him. Max is like, cool. They devise a plan where Max B's girlfriend and her friend would meet up with that guy and his guy, like a 2-on-2 type of thing at a hotel room. And then once the guy was sleeping, Max or his stepbrother would come in, rob the guys, and then there's the money gone. What ended up happening, unfortunately for them, if I'm not mistaken, was that one of the guys was sleeping. The main guy was sleeping. The other guy was in there. And then unfortunately, I think Max, if I'm not mistaken, again, I'm butchering the story, but I'm pretty sure Max B wasn't even there. That's the other thing that really makes it crazy, because originally Max B got sentenced to 75 years. I'm pretty sure he wasn't even there on the day of the robbery or the day of the killing, right? Or the botch robbery. But if I'm not mistaken, Max B's stepbrother was doing too much and he brought a gun, a loaded gun. He brought a loaded gun with him, Max B's stepbrother. He gets into an altercation with one of the guys during a robbery, like, give me your stuff. The guy jumps for the gun. In the tussle, the gun goes off and shoots the guy in the face. And then, of course, you know, that guy dies. And then when they go to trial, I guess because Max B was the mastermind, quote unquote, architect behind it, they still give him a lot of time because that guy died. But obviously he didn't shoot anybody. But what happened, if I'm not mistaken, when they all got arrested, the first person to get arrested, I think, was the lady. And she's the one that told on everybody. So this whole snitching Max B thing is not true, in my personal opinion. Because I remember that Gina Conway lady was the one that said from the beginning, is how the details came out, was that Max B was the one that organized it. I told him about the guy. He got his stepbrother involved. So she was the architect of everything because she's the one that spotted the mark at the strip club. Because if she didn't spot the guy, Max B would have never known he was even existed and shit. So it was a all really unfortunate incident. Really, really unfortunate incident. I do remember early on though, when the story initially first leaked on the internet. This is before, you know, we got the channels that we have now. I do remember the original story being something like, oh, Max B's ex-girlfriend had like, she laced her tits with like some sort of substance, some sort of thing, maybe ketamine or something. And then, you know, and then when the guy was doing his do, he kind of went under, but then he woke up midway through and that's when the tussle happened. I'm not sure if that's actually true, but I do remember that being an element of the story. Like they had some sort of like thing on them, but yeah. He ended up getting 75 years at first, which I think was crazy amount of years. At the time, I remember it broke my heart so much. I also remember it really broke my heart when I saw the initial pictures of him in prison. When obviously we know Max B of having the luscious locks, right? Having his perm, having his silk press, having those amazing braids and shit. I do remember the first time he got locked up and then you saw him with his head shaved. Oh, it's like, so it's kind of funny. And trying to sad because this picture in the Daily Mail, he's got his braids, like his locks are super long. So he's been in prison so long that I think he's maybe shaved his head twice or 3 times. He's been able to like shave it, grow it again, shave it, grow it again. But yeah, the first time when you saw him with his head shaved was so heartbreaking. Like, no way, man. Max Bigavell. Fuck. You know what I mean? So it's good to kind of see him out. But anyway, let me just read the story. It's a fucking great moment for everybody that's Max B fan, myself included. Honestly, put a real smile on my face to see him out and free and having a good time. Let's read it close to the Daily Mail. Rapper free from prison. Max B released early after 16 years. The rapper Max B has officially been released from prison after serving 16 years for involvement in a botched robbery that ended in tragedy. The Harlem native born Charlie Wingate oh, such a good name. Who first rose to fame in mid-2000s, was arrested in 2007 for manslaughter and armed robberies. He was later convicted in 2009 and was handed a 75-year sentence. Honestly, the sentences in America, man, the way they tally them up, the way they tally up sentences in America make no sense. How can you give a man that's already in his 30s 75 years? At that time, I think he might have been like late 30s, like maybe, or no, late 20s, early 30s. Imagine giving somebody who's like 29 years old 75-year prison sentence. Like, it makes no sense, innit? It's just designed to break you. It's like, yeah, you did the crime. Here you go. That's your conviction. 75 years. Now sit with that one. Though Max B was physically present at the New Jersey crime scene, prosecutors argued that he played a role in orchestrating the robbery that led to the man's death. Oh, and by the way, on top of that, that's why also a lot of people like myself were really sad, right, that he got locked up at around that time, because we all blamed, incorrectly by the way, we all blamed Jim Jones, which is why people like myself, even though I was a fan of Jim prior, I've always found it hard to listen to Jim Jones and to really get into what he's doing, even though now he's probably making the best music he's ever made of his entire career. This guy's probably making the best music he's ever made of his entire career right now, Jim Jones. He is rapping. His merch is fantastic. The way he lives his life, like just, you know, the way he's kind of health and wealth and all that sort of stuff, fucking great. But no one can deny that partly the reason why Max B was even involved in this stupid botched robbery that ended in tragedy was because his contract situation was fucked up. Because I remember back in the day, Max B was Jim Jones's guy and he used to help write for Jim Jones. People say like he was responsible for writing some of the biggest hits he's had back in the day. And I guess Jim Jones maybe didn't like that was known case. He probably maybe wanted it to be secret. I don't know. Plus, added to the fact that there was a rumor, which I'm never sure was ever really validated or not, but there was a rumor that everyone kind of heard that back in the day that Max B was also maybe involved with Jim Jones's woman, fucking Chrissy, back in the day. And he used to always say that and he used to, that's where the famous song "Touched in Miami" comes from, isn't it, right? And that kind of made some issues. And I guess Jim Jones's way to kind of get back at Max B, because of all the stuff he was talking about him online and whatever else it may be, was to essentially not release him from his contract, because Jim Jones basically had him on a contract. I don't even know, maybe Max B still signed to Jim Jones so now. I don't even know how long the contract was, but regardless of what it was, it didn't allow Max B to make money from his records, so he had to do loads of that's why Max B was always on the road doing mad club gigs. I mean, if you remember back in the day, he'd be up in random clubs all over America doing club appearances, doing features and shit, but he could never really make money from his like mixtapes, because obviously Jim Jones owned all of that shit and claimed all that shit. And people were suggesting that at the time of that robbery, that Max B was quite down bad. He needed a lick. And obviously he wasn't asking for handouts, so he had to go out and go get it. And that's how he went out and go get it. So people partly blame Max B's arrest and this problems and shit and this sentence on Jim Jones, which kind of heaps more hate on him and that type of thing. So I'll be curious to see what they're going to be doing going forward, because that's some real, that's real beef. Like even recently, Jim Jones was asked about Max B recently, and he really didn't have a good reaction to him. He kind of got really angry. I think it was Rory or Moore. I think it was Moore. Moore asked him on a podcast about Max B, and he really didn't like that either. He got really angry about that. Mano asked him recently too. He didn't like it either. So there's real static there. At least from Jim Jones' side, he doesn't seem to be really willing to have any type of level of, reconciliation or shit. I think Max B would do it. The guy's been in prison for 16 years. I don't think he would be willing to just step back onto clowning on Jim Jones's first week sales and shit, right? But it was a sad situation all around. Let's continue. In 2016, his conviction was vacated after his new legal team successfully argued that his original attorney had a conflict of interest, leading to a sentence being reduced of 20. Yeah, true. I forgot about that. Max B's original attorney was involved in some crime as well, wasn't it? Yeah. True. Which getting his sentence reduced by 20 years. Earlier this year, he correctly predicted he would walk free soon. I'm really feeling righteous, he says. I'm doing everything right. This is almost over. Wavy baby coming home real soon, he said on the Joe Budden podcast. Honestly, big up Max B, man. Absolute legend. Like, there's like just the melodies, the choruses, the humor, the bars. Can you imagine what he's going to sound like on today's beats? Can you imagine what Max B is going to sound like on today's beats right now? God damn. Let's continue. On Sunday, the Star marked the end of his lengthy incarceration. Despite his time in bars, Max B still managed to create music and record verses, mostly over the phone. This includes 2011 album Vigilante Season. I still got that classic, by the way. And 2019 single Hold On, longtime French collaborator with French Montana. Montana marked the moment on social media with a celebratory post. Can't make this up. My brother really came home on my B-day. Alhamdulillah. Walked it down, no more free you. Exactly. That's kind of crazy, isn't it, the timing? Max B getting released on French Montana's birthday. In the video, them reuniting, the pals shared a friendly embrace. Despite his legal woes, Max B managed to keep working, and even appeared on Kanye West's Life of Pablo, Silver Surfer intermission. Now a free man, the rapper wasted no time teasing what's next. In a triumphant social media post he wrote, "It's time to open the floodgates." So let's actually see some of these posts that were out there. This is Max B coming fresh out of prison and reuniting with French Montana. What an amazing embrace, man. You can just feel the love pouring through the screen or pouring through out your headphones and speakers.
Back together.
Yeah, they finally did it. They finally did it. We going to Morocco. We going straight to Pyramids of Giza.
Man, when they looked at each other, you saw that, innit? Reg looked at him like, fuck, you're outside now. They looked at each other like, God damn, that look, bro, like, God damn, you're actually outside. You crazy fucker. Oh, that's fucking incredible, man. It's absolutely incredible. And I think it's made even nicer too, because French is such a big star in his own right. I think that's actually made quite nice. It's like, okay, cool, you're coming back to your guy being up as well. You're kind of proud about that. Do you know what I mean? Because let's count it right too. Like, that kind of talks about French Montana's longevity. Although he's not the most talented rapper in the world, French Montana still being a somewhat relevant, quote unquote, personality artist and stuff. 17 years on? It's kind of mad to think that, isn't it? To think of all the people that have come since the days of the Coke Wave DVD till now, and French is still about. He's don't get me wrong, no, not a lot of people are gonna be checking for the stuff that he does. He's not, the most sizzling guy out there, but he's still got a fan base. He's still got pull with certain artists. He just recently was on that live stream with Black Boy Max and a few other people and shit, doing tunes and whatnot. He's a voice, he's still a face of New York. He's still popping out here. People liked him and shit. It's kind of wild. So can you imagine what Max B would have been? And he was the real star behind them, but they were obviously a great duo. They were obviously a great team. But Jesus, man, that's probably the best feeling, like not coming out and seeing like your guy is still on top. He's still doing his thing. He's still got a bit of emotion about him. He can still maybe throw you an alley-oop here and there. Like, I love it. I fucking love it.
Yes, sir. Y'all niggas ain't believe. Y'all niggas ain't believe. Fuck wrong with these niggas, B. You niggas ain't believe. Niggas fuck wrong.
So cool, man. Honestly, so fucking cool. I love it. I love it. I love it. I love everything about that embrace. I love how warm it was. I love how no one was trying to act too cool for school. They really did embrace, looked at each other, and you could say so much about saying so little, you could say so much about saying so little. Everything was transmitted through looks, through glances, through smiles. Fucking incredible to see. So thank God he's back, and he's back out and free. But look at that, man. You can't tell me that doesn't mean something. You know what I mean? That means something to me, man. Seeing that picture right now, like that fucking means something to me right now. So happy to see Max B out. So happy to see French Montana embracing him the way that he did. Here's a short clip. It shows ASAP Ferg dropping a vlog, linking up with Max B. He talks about how Max B used to hustle clothes with his father Ferg. Yeah, back in the day. That's actually a weird connection, isn't it? Because if I'm not mistaken, ASAP Mob crew as well, their origin story, big up ASAP Yams, RIP ASAP Yams. He was originally a intern for Dipset back in the day, innit? If I'm not mistaken. I'm pretty sure ASAP Yam was an intern for Dipset, maybe even an intern for Max B back in the day, but he's very plugged into that whole crew. So there's a lot of connections with that crew. And of course, ASAP Ferg's dad, who I think his name was Ferg as well, if I'm not mistaken. He was a designer. If I'm not mistaken, I think ASAP Ferg's dad used to make like belts and shit and something else back in the day in Harlem. So they were kind of connected through that as well. So it's kind of a crazy New York story, how deeply rooted all these guys are together. But this is ASAP Ferg's vlog. Let's play this.
We about to go see Max. He home. I know he happy. For him to do 18 and come out today and still be relevant, that says a lot. That's 18 joints, B. That's different. From my perspective, I was super young when Max B was like hitting the block. I was young coming up, but comes to find out, like more recently, like before he came out. Well, today he just came out, but I'm talking about like 3 weeks ago. He told me that he was silk screening T-shirts for my dad. And he was like T Ferg's little man. So like we was already chatting and like, I didn't know how deep it
amazing
with him and my family. But that's really the history. He's like one of the guys that my father helped pull up in the neighborhood, taught him the trade of silk screening, printing shirts, trying to keep him out of trouble. So that's really like how we built our rapport from like the fam. It's not even on no rap shit.
What's up, my guy? I got you. What you sell on there?
So cool, man.
Fergie.
Love it. Love it, love it, love it, love it, love it.
Thank you, beloved. Know y'all in the gym.
This shit is up.
No shit, we out here. We out
That
here.
was good, son.
What's up, man? Only you, Johnny boss, nigga, with this lingo. All the good lingo. We got Fendi facts.
Honestly, I missed that laugh, man. He sounds like a vuvuzela.
What's up, you good? I'm great. Yeah, let's go. I'm gonna pull up. I'm gonna chill with Marna for like a little hot minute. We going to Aviani, go pick up some jewelry. Okay. What's up, baby?
Let's go to basketball court. You and me and Master beat your bird. Me and beat y'all. Your bird. Let's go to basketball court. Me and Master beat y'all.
Can't wait. Black, you ain't got no more, Black.
That shit was fire though. That shit we did yesterday.
Legendary picture, man. Legendary picture. Legendary picture.
Y'all down there, we let
Get that shit back.
Get that shit back. Walked it down. We out here to tell the tale.
Come on, man. Let's go real quick.
We out here to tell the tale. We going up?
Honestly, fucking love to see it, man. Fucking love to see it. So good to see Max B back out. And of course, he had a little interview with the People's Gallery. Big up them. He's also smashing it as well. Became like a de facto platform now for promo and shit. Although it just started off as like a style, you know, what you wearing type of thing. It's now become a full, you know, thing. And also that guy as well, if I'm not mistaken, the guy behind it, he's also quite close to Rocky and shit. So another connection with ASAP Mob as well. I don't know if he's a New Yorker originally, but regardless, it's fucking great. I imagine he is if he started out from New York, but regardless, he also ended up having some time with Max B ahead of the Giants game, Jets game, which is obviously Max B's team. They used to always rap about and speak about whenever he was out and shit. So this is kind of a cool full circle moment as well to see him straight representing the Jets. Fucking love it. So this is the People's Gallery welcoming Max B home.
Hey, how you doing today?
What's good, beloved? Max Biggervale.
What's your name? Where you from?
Max Biggervale, New York, New York.
Yes, sir.
Fresh out the can.
Damn.
Off of 18 stretch.
Ooh.
They
Damn.
gave me 7 and 5, but I'm back.
Yes, sir. You're back. And then describe your fit for us right quick.
Oh man, it's Louis Vuitton.
Damn.
All the way down to the sneakers. To the fanny pack. I'm here.
Okay.
Involved.
Okay. We see.
Louis Vuitton.
We see. How you feel to be home, man? How you feel? How you
I
feeling
feel
right
righteous.
now?
Feeling good.
Feeling good,
I know
feeling
what
good.
it is. I'm grateful.
Okay.
I'm thankful.
Love that. Love
God
that.
is good.
Okay, Max. You give anybody a styling tip? What would it be?
Listen, man, just be yourself.
Uh-huh.
Get what you can afford. Get what you can afford. Be yourself and wear what you wear. If it look good on you, own it.
Okay. Okay.
All right?
We love that. We love that.
Yeah.
When you building your fits, what you start with?
Listen, man, I start with the drawers. I need Egyptian cotton. I got polo Egyptian cotton on me up under here. I need.
Honestly, he's he's fresh out and probably one of the only people out, maybe with the exception of maybe Sue Surf, who's probably due to come out soon as well. Free Sue Surf. But there's not a lot of like incarcerated people that you think that are going to be really in tune with Wagwan today. You know, they're going to be really in tune with social media, with the lingo, with just being a personality and having the gift of the gab. And Max B has always been that guy. So it's going to be pretty quick. It's going to be pretty sick to see how he adapts to that sort of thing, right? Of always being online, having things to say, having these, you know, slogans, these words, always malarkey. But I think he's going to do well. I think he's going to do really fucking well.
Egyptian cotton. I start with the drawers.
Okay.
Then I do the socks.
Obviously, the main focus should always be the music. I think as long as he just keeps dropping great stuff, you know, I think it's gonna be great. But I think before he got locked up, he was known as being super hardworking, like crazy output. He used to drop so many fucking mixtapes, so many fucking songs, so many videos, just again and again and again. So it's gonna be just to see what type of work rate he's on in that time, whether or not they try to like drip feed it, you know, make it a little bit more exclusive and not make him drop all the time. But I'm curious to see how it's gonna pan out. But personality wise, when it comes to social, he's got it down pat.
Okay.
That's it.
Okay.
Then I do the T. And then work my way around.
We love that. We love that. We love that. Yes, sir. What's your favorite movie?
My favorite movie, New Jack City.
Damn, wow.
Cause man, it just is. It's in New York.
Yeah, yeah.
It's just a cultural movie.
Yeah, yeah.
And every time I see it, I watch it.
Okay. Okay.
All right.
What's your favorite song right now?
My favorite song?
Yeah.
That's a hard question. I don't think I can answer that because I got so many.
Okay,
All
okay,
right, but
okay.
I'm gonna tell you this.
Yeah.
I'm my favorite.
Ooh, okay. So what can
I'm
it
shy.
is there any new artists or anybody out there you want to work with?
Listen, anybody that can keep up with the boss Don. Alright?
Ow,
Anybody that's an A-lister.
Okay.
Anybody that got a sack. Balls. Look me up, I'm gonna get you right. I'm gonna get you wavy. If
Okay.
you got a catalog and it don't got no boss Don in it, you're now Cypher. Get with your boy.
And let the people know your zodiac sign.
I'm a Gemini.
Big Gemini. You see the boy.
It's two of me.
Yeah. Welcome home, Max.
All right?
Yes, sir.
Oh, this is so good, so fucking good. So happy to have him back. So happy to have him fucking back. And some pictures here from Karen Civil as well. Big up her. She's played an instrumental role in getting him free and getting him out there and shit as well. You could assume she's out here putting him in all the right places, having the right interviews and shit. I'm assuming he'll probably be doing the podcasting circuit probably next week. I'm assuming, judging by how everything's going, I'm assuming he'll probably be on all the big podcasts sometime next week. So we'll probably have to wait to see him there. But yeah, man, he's out here, man. Max B's outside. Max B's free. He's doing the damn thing, man. It's fucking great to see. It's honestly fucking great to see. And yeah, some old clips of him. And just remind yourself of these old clips, right? Of what he looks like style-wise. This is, I don't know when this was recorded, but these old clips of him are timeless, isn't it? Because weirdly enough, all the fashion is starting to look like this nowadays. The baggy jeans, the glasses, the new eras, the fucking wallet chains, the BBC Simon's belts, the fucking Ed Hardy hoodies and shit. Like all of the stuff that he was wearing back then, Jim Jones was wearing back then, Stack Bundles was wearing back then, RP Stock Bundles, all these guys are wearing back then has now become the trend nowadays. So if he wants to dip back in that, he'll look great. But you know, it's just funny how things have kind of come back full circle somewhat. But yeah, even this clip really feels current.
All I'm trying to do is chill, brother, kick a couple meals until they take me away. Pop a shot of pitchy grill, drop the top on the field until they take me away.
And one thing I remember really being a fan of with Max B back in the day, which is a really strange thing to remember now, but I remember, was that he kind of made me love like Mercs and stuff, BMs, German whips. Because I remember that's the thing he used to always love doing. He'd always be like posted up doing interviews with like, you know, with DVD makers and shit, whether it was fucking Coke Wave DVD or whatever. And he'd always be posted up in front of his car. He'd always be in his car doing something. And there's always some big body car. That's what he always used to like driving. Never anything very small, something really long. Back in the day, man. Back in the day. Loved it. Like the only thing, like nowadays, kids are wearing new eras. Maybe they're not wearing it as big as this guy here in the background. That's why we used to always do that thing where we wear the new era, so it was silly big, so you could tuck your ears inside it. You'd always get it really big, and obviously it kind of like sit in a certain way. You can maybe let it hang. You obviously leave the brim really flat. You leave the sticker on too. That was a big thing. Nowadays, kids don't really leave stickers on, but that's you know, if you didn't know, you'd think this was nowadays. You know, this definitely looks like nowadays.
Pop shots is nigga bail, bases me with the nigga chill. You fuck with the nigga shell, nigga shell. My gun gon' spit, this nigga he the shit. He keep on making hits. I do this shit that rapper hit.
Let's see, Max B, big up Max B. And of course, this is one of the legendary interviews with him during the Come Up DVD. On the Come Up DVD, this is again another example of him driving. I'm pretty sure that's a Mercedes-Benz. It might even be a CLS actually. Back in the day, big body whips.
The man Max B.
What's up, boy?
We on the Ave. We in the hood.
All day, every day.
All day, every day.
133, 7 for Lennox.
He got the hair out today. You know what I'm saying? No,
She loves me not. Hold on.
All right.
That's my new shit right here. Let me show you my new shit. Check it right. Look. My new shit. She loves me not. She loves me not. She loves me not.
Max, what's going on? Since the last time we spoke on the Come Up, a lot of shit transpired since then.
I did like what? How many views that shit got?
That shit did a lot.
Like one and some change?
Yeah, it was crazy.
One and some change, right? The first week was like 600,000-700,000.
We did it.
Yeah, it was a nice look for the boy.
Made history.
And then put everything in perspective. Let y'all niggas know I wasn't fucking with that dick in the mouth, Milli Vanilli ass nigga Jim. And that's
The things you say about Jim Jones. No wonder Jim Jones hated him, man. No wonder Jim Jones hated him. The things he used to say about Jim Jones, like, Jesus Christ.
Oh, shout to the nigga checking. Shout to that snitch ass nigga, Freaky Zeke, right? Nigga got shot and got.
Look at the hair, though. Look at the luscious hair. Look at this, and this is back in the days as well, where wasn't like. But to be fair, that's always been the case, isn't it? If especially if you've grown up in like rough areas like I've had, you would know like the actual really dangerous guys weren't the guys that would always walk around with a screw face, weren't the guys that would always try and act super tough wherever they went. The really dangerous guys especially back in the day, not nowadays where everyone's kind of tapped in maybe to their more feminine side, but back in the day when it wasn't really seen that well, the guys that should be dangerous and should be worried about were the guys back in the day that would be wearing all pink. Were the guys back in the day that would be painting their nails. Were the guys back in the day that would just be laughing and joking. Like gangsters back in the day that would always be laughing, always be fucking around, never be serious. Those ones you have to be careful and scared and wary of. Because if they were acting like that back then, that most likely that's what most likely a shield, a cover, a screen for how deadly they were on the inside. So when you see a guy like Max B, you know, with his hair fully relaxed, fully silk pressed, slicked back, glasses, like, you know, wearing the fanciest glasses you've ever seen, very fucking manicured nails and shit, always dressed immaculately well, pockets full of money, with seemingly no security around, just him dolo. Usually he had a weapon on him anyway, you'd think so. You know this guy's serious, you know?
Got subpoenaed and you told on them niggas that bucked you up, nigga. You faggot. Nigga, you not wavier than the wavy man. Nigga, I got a better car. I got better songs. I look better. I got more bitches, nigga. I just live better than you, nigga. I'm the best, nigga. You niggas sitting around in the gym. You niggas up under there, fake groupie niggas, like y'all writing records and y'all niggas just sitting around watching that nigga look good. Ain't none of y'all niggas out there making nothing happen, man. Boss Don Bigger Veil, man. It's my season, man. Fuck with your boy, man. Niggas eating all that dick, hating on the Veil, man. You Milli Vanilli lip singing ass niggas, man. Ask me anything, I tell you whatever.
Let's go. So right now, you know,
back in the BB Simon's belt, looking crazy.
I seen some other footage with you on. You know, you had a little few words for Prodigy. Where all that came from?
Oh, nigga, don't you got sickle cell? Yeah, nigga talking crazy. That's what I'm trying to say. Whoever say something, but like I ain't out here. Like you see me in the hood, my nigga. My niggas got them stadiums out here. Like I'm not out here playing. I don't make rap money. I ain't no shit. I can't even do official rap album. This nigga holding me back, so I gotta do other means. But a lot of these niggas hating on the game, man.
We gotta do other means. That's an indication on Jim Jones back in the day, and still maybe till this day holding his publishing, so he couldn't even make money on the record, which is why he had to get it in the streets. And then of course that led to this, you know, protracted 75-year sentence. But we're glad he's free now. We're fucking glad he's free now. So big up fucking Max B. And then the latest update on him, he has actually just been officially announced, right? Initially officially proposed to his girlfriend. That was that super thick Latina, the white lady that met him outside, which was funny because a lot of people were laughing at the fact of it, or when he came released from prison, they're like, there's always going to be some big white lady holding these rappers down. But allegedly they've been together for a while, you know, and he decided on his first day out to propose, isn't it? Because she held him down the entire time that they were behind bars. So yeah, that's just reward. So this is Max B proposing to his girlfriend. Man didn't even get on his knee and shit. That's the most gangster way possible. He just pulled out the ring like it's a fucking iPhone. He didn't even get on his knee or anything, and it just said here.
Say I do.
Oh.
Where we at?
That's so fucking cool, man. It's so fucking cool. That's so fucking cool. So big up Max B proposing to his now fiance. Fucking love to see it. Fucking love to hear it. Big up Blood Clot Max B. Big up Blood Clot Max B.